crew.
Yep, hold on one while I get my agenda up here.
Can I get everybody to mute except for Phil, please? Thank you, thank you. And normally during December we try to meet and have a Christmas thing, but yeah, with all of this Omicron fun stuff, it was decided to be on the safe side and not have to go through all of that. So back to Zoom again.
Well done, Jason. Well done. Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, look at
Thank you.
Mark. Mark's there too. Santa's
Where's Mark?
assistant.
I didn't see Mark yet.
I know we end up having to scroll over the pages.
Oh, I'm here. I'm
There's
here.
Mark.
And
Your
light
green
my-
screen's not working. Mark, what's going on?
Light myself up so you can see me. Hello, Merry Christmas.
Oh, there we are. Okay. Thank you.
Where's your usual background? You gotta have a holiday background.
Where's the
Where's the
reindeer
lumps
and the
of coal?
sleigh and the
Lumps of coal. Come on now, Jim.
I think Phil's still ready.
He's still muted. Get himself ready. Guess we could have delayed on starting the Zoom recording.
I can see Dave has a nice hat on but I can't see the sweater very well, but it's pretty good.
All right, 4 minutes of dead air.
We could be telling jokes. Let's see. What are some good? Some holiday jokes.
Here's a good joke. My furnace went out. How's that? Is that a good?
No, that's a bad joke, is what that is.
Yeah.
Did you get it repaired, or are you waiting to get it repaired?
I ordered a
So are you bundled up?
Yeah. See, I don't know if you can see it, but I got a heater like right over there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the furnace fan motor seized up. So I ordered it off of eBay. Won't get here till Christmas Eve. And then I gotta put it in and hopefully it works.
You're gonna do the install yourself?
Yeah, I took the whole thing out already and disassembled it, but it's not very difficult. It's just waiting for it to come in. And
The hardest part.
I was surprised my wife gave me permission to do the repair. So that's a Christmas miracle.
She's just thinking, how are we gonna get it done quickest?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey Phil, anytime you're ready, we're just shooting the breeze.
Yep, sorry, a little late late going here. It's like just getting everything together here. Should be another minute or two.
No pressure.
Thank you.
During this time, if people have not renamed themselves, please do so.
Welcome to the 51st anniversary please rename yourself in the following format.
Yeah, our furnace wife shortly moved in after moving into this house. I had a roommate at the time, wasn't married, and it was the dead of winter, and it was one of those really, really cold winters, and it was sunny out, but below freezing. And the furnace went out. My roommate and I were both kind of sick, not feeling well, so that was a brutal time. My parents took pity and okay, they got a couple space heaters, but it would only work for the room you're in, kind of thing. So yeah, that sucked. It was expensive too.
Yeah, when we bought our house, it had all electric baseboard heaters, and yeah, that would spin the little electric meter outside, and and that was the first and last winter that we had. The next summer I called Washington Natural Gas, and I said, "Get me a gas heater, please."
Yeah.
My parents had one of the early heat pumps, and it would start running in November, and it would literally not stop until April.
Oh wow.
And about every 2 hours, electric resistance wires would kick on and pull the temperature up 3 degrees back up to what it was set to. And so over the next 3 hours, it would go down, 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 slowly down until it hit its trigger for the secondary heating.
Wow. So pretty much sounded like it kept the house pretty constant temperature.
Well,
because that's what they claim, right?
Yeah, that was the claim. I mean, it was like this 3-degree sawtooth, right?
Okay.
So it couldn't keep up, but the electric resistance heat could. And so it would do its best and slowly get colder and colder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had my furnace inspected and find out I get to replace the whole thing. So that's going to be exciting.
The whole furnace or just the blower or?
No, the whole furnace, because there was a failed gasket, and so there was condensation leaking internally, and it got corrosion down into the heat exchanger, which is pretty much the core of the heater. So, and it was the blower that was leaking. So between the blower and the heat exchanger, that's pretty much the cost of the unit. It would be about $7,000 or $8,000 to fix it.
Yeah.
Or for about 10,000, I can just replace it and get an entirely new unit. So,
So we just replaced ours.
Christmas.
Ours hadn't failed, but it was 1979, so we decided to upgrade. So we just upgraded the furnace and added air conditioning, and we ordered that in July.
Nice.
And we ordered that in July, and we got it. Finally came in and was installed in November.
Oh yeah, that's one of the big things right now. Just like with a lot of other major mechanical stuff for your household, it can be months to wait for the units to be available.
Phil says he's ready.
Okay.
Okay. Did you start the recording already?
Yes.
Or has it been going? Okay.
Yeah, all this rambling.
Yeah, sorry you guys for the delay here. I was a little late getting things together here. So I'm glad to see you all and welcome everybody to this December 2021 general meeting of the Mike and Key Amateur Radio Club. Okay, it's like, are we doing a program before the business meeting today or what's going on?
No, thought we would go ahead and do the program and the gift work at the end. So
at the end
first, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jason. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and start with officer and editor reports, and I'll begin with the president here. I don't have anything to report. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you're having a good holiday season. VP, Steve.
Well, I thought we had more time, but we do have a quorum at this point in time. There's probably more, but we do have a quorum. So let's go ahead and vote on the previous month's general meeting minutes as published in the relay.
In 7 RHE, I so move.
Okay. Vote
and I
please.
second.
Thank you.
ready?
Okay,
Yes,
all right,
34 votes.
okay. Okay, Phil, can you move to the next one? I need to gather a couple more things before I am ready. So we will, I'll
Yeah,
get
sure.
the members, the new
Yeah.
members figured out first.
Okay, yeah, Steve. Yeah, it's like I think I'll do that. It's like I was caught a little off guard by that too. So, all right, well, we'll go ahead and move along to other officer reports here. Anything from the secretary, Carl?
Nothing from the
Okay.
secretary today.
All right, thank you, Carl. Treasurer Jim.
Yes, we have received our donation from Amazon, and let me pull that back up again. Amazon Smile donation is $46.92, and that was from July the 1st to September 30th. The books are in order. We are scheduled to have our audit for the calendar year of 2021 on January 8th. So looking forward to that, getting rid of another year. So that's all I got.
All right, great. Thank you, Jim. And we'll be voting on the budget later in the meeting under old business.
Yep.
Correct. All right,
Yep.
great. Thank you, Jim. Do we have a report from the activities manager, Jason?
We do. Thanks, Phil. Hey, everyone. Happy Saturday. Let's see. So working on the activity for next month. So we'll get that in motion. Of course, as always, my usual call. If you've got presentation ideas, shoot me an email at activities@mikeandkey.org. We'll have, and of course, your auction donations are always greatly appreciated. And we had some very generous club members who gave some cash donations here at the very end to help augment that fund for our end of year gift. Remember, all those proceeds go to the gift. We have 5 items that we'll actually be giving away. We'll be doing a random drawing, and we'll be giving away towards the end of the meeting. Again, reach out to me if you have donations for future auctions. That would be great. Obviously, we'll have no auction this month because we've got other activities. We'll also be drawing for 2 Mike and Key 50th anniversary glasses. These are the final 2, and we'll wrap that up. So we'll do a random drawing for folks who are actually here today. The gift is actually going to be, the gifts are based from the active member roster. So we'll be doing that. And that is about it. We'll do a presentation at the end. What I thought we'll do is when we get around to the old business, we'll do the drawings, and then after we get done with the business side of things, we'll go ahead and I've got a video presentation on receiving NOAA weather maps via radio, since it's a good time with all the funky weather we've been having. If people lose power, at least you'd still be able to see what the heck is going on and what to expect. So it's a little short. I think it's about a 15 or 20-minute video. We'll do that at the end. And if there's time, have some club discussion, just kind of hear from folks about their year and maybe what you'd like to see activities look like next year, just in general. Maybe we change it up. So that's it for me.
All right, great. Thank you, Jason. And you look good in that Santa hat, by the way.
Thanks. So I get to play Santa. I get to give away the gifts. I get to be the cheer, right?
Really, you look the part there. Thanks, Jason. Right. Next on my list is let's see, the radio officer. Is Hal around? No. Okay. How about the web committee, Dave or Dan?
Nothing to report.
Okay, thank you, Dave. And relay editor, David.
Nothing to report.
Okay, great, thank you. Anybody I didn't call on have a report? Okay. Go ahead and move along here. Oh, Vice Steve, are you ready to go, or do you still need a few more?
I need a little bit more time.
Okay, great. I will be sure to call on you here in a bit. We'll go ahead and move along here to committee reports, and we'll begin with membership. Manfred or Rita?
Okay, we have a short silent key ceremony to run for our deceased club member NR5 Whiskey.
Okay.
This will be going out over our club repeater on the
Okay.
air. Jim, are you ready to?
Yeah,
bring up
go
your
ahead.
tool?
Oh, I don't have my radio up. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Mike and key members, please stand by for a special silent key ceremony. November Romeo 5 Whiskey, November Romeo 5 Whiskey, November Romeo 5 Whiskey. This is Alpha Golf 7 November Romeo, over. NR5W, NR5W, NR5W. This is AG7NR, over. NR5W, NR5W, NR5W. This is AG7NR, over. This is Alpha Golf 7 November Romeo, nothing heard. All stations in the Puget Sound, Washington area. On behalf of the Mike and Key Amateur Radio Club, Doug North, November Romeo 5 Whiskey does not answer. Be advised that Doug North, November Romeo 5 Whiskey has been transferred with honor from being an active amateur radio operator to the silent key role. Rest in peace, Doug. AG7 and are clear. Thank you all.
Great. Thank you, Manfred, for that. It's like, yeah, we'll all miss Doug. He's a good friend. Okay, move along here to the next one here in my list, and we've got facilities and publicity from Jay, AE1J.
Nothing new to report here. We're still have a green light from Salvation Army whenever we're ready to proceed, and that's something the board is continuing to vote on at the beginning of each month to kind of assess the situation of whatever is going on with COVID and when it's safe to return. So we'll continue to do that on a month-to-month basis. For now, just remaining status quo. That's it for me.
All right. Thank you, Jay, for that report. Looking forward to meeting again safely when we can. Education and training, we've got Robert, KF7RWA, or Daniel Stevens, if either of them are around. Nothing heard. Public service, KD7WNV, Robert, are you around? Or Jeff, W7GPG?
Yeah, for public service, there's nothing until the end of the year. The next probable event that would need support is the Chili Hilly, which is a bicycle ride on Bainbridge Island. Anyone wanting to support that activity should contact the Bainbridge Island Amateur Radio Club to make arrangements for that.
Okay.
The only other thing really to report is on the activity booklets. We are going to be printing probably a reduced number because we're kind of unsure how many people are going to be at the swap meet. But I think we are moving forward in all likelihood with printing up some anyway. So that is all I have to report.
Jeff, have we decided on how many? What's the delta difference from the last year we actually had the event?
We didn't. We're going to wait until January. I think we're going to wait until we see how many booths get rented, and what. Just get a little closer to the date. We don't need to make that decision at this point. In the past, there have been about 3,000, I think was the target number for printing.
Mhm.
So we'll
Gotcha.
drop back from that as needed.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you, Jeff, for that public service report. I'm looking forward to seeing the new booklet at the swap meet. Technical and special interest, we've got Dan or Mark.
Nothing to report.
All right, thanks, Dan. Let's see, Sweet, Hal or Mike or Dinkelman? Are they around?
I'm around.
All right, got a report for swap meet?
So I don't know how deep you want me to get involved. I can just give a status, but I would also like to go through a little maybe primer of the volunteer website. So I can do it all now, or we can split it up.
You can go ahead and just do it now. That's fine.
Okay, so I did submit a status to the newsletter. Not much, well, a little bit has changed, but all the flyers or all the mailers have been addressed, and Hal will collect them up after Christmas, and they'll probably go out in January. We're targeting January 5th. We have about 150 tables sold. We have 16 booths sold, 174 sellers, and 108 vendors. One of those booths, I think, is coming back. So the fairgrounds has specifically stated that masks will be required to be worn inside. And of course, we already know that we will probably have to show proof of vaccination and or a negative COVID test. So whichever your choice is, if you want to participate. We were at the meeting on Thursday, we kind of discussed a fair amount about how we're going to actually check people for vaccination or negative test. Since there are events going on down at the fairgrounds, even now, we may actually take a trip down there to see how somebody else is handling it. I think the consensus is we need to do it before people buy their tickets, simply because we do not want to refund tickets to someone who all of a sudden can't provide proof or won't wear a mask. So we may be funneling people in out at the corner into the ticket booths. It's still under discussion. We're not getting a high volume of signups at this time, not even a normal volume of signups at this time. Some of our chairpersons have been sending out emails to previous workers, and they're not even getting responses. I would urge you, this isn't a political discussion or anything, but if you've decided that you can't participate in this and you get an email from the chairperson asking if you can work, please at least respond and say you either don't feel comfortable participating or you don't agree with the COVID-19 protocols or whatever, but don't leave us hanging. I have a feeling this event is going to be a lot like 2020. I think attendance is going to be down. I think our vendor participation is going to be down, but we just can't willy-nilly cancel this event. And if we have over 100 working slots on the volunteer website, and I mean, if we can only fill half of those, we need to know sooner rather than later. So if someone sends you an email asking if you can help out this year, at least have the courtesy to respond and say yes or no. So, and we would really appreciate that. So towards that vein, we do have a lot of new members. They may not be familiar with the website for volunteering. So I'm going to go through a quick little primer on that, Can I share, Jim? I think I
Yep, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going
And I put
to,
the links in the chat window.
good. So here's the share. Boom. All right. Is that showing up?
Yep.
Okay, because I can't see. So this is the basic site when you go to. It's just an introductory site. It tells about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And maybe if I move this over here, you won't be looking at the side of my face quite so much. Okay, so there's this night. If you're new to the flea market and you've never volunteered or you've never been down there and see how we do it, we have this nice little job document description. You can click on that and download that, and it's a little PDF, and it describes, what the it looks like this, and describes our flea market, how often we've been doing it, why we do it, and even a little description about each one of the job areas. Back to the main site. If you click on there, you will see two more links down here, one for Friday and one for Saturday. Excuse me. Those are handled separately. So Friday is really important. Friday we set up. We start really early in the morning, between 8 and 9 o'clock. We have a lot of tables to set up. Even if you don't feel comfortable, say you're fully boosted and everything and you feel good, but you don't want to feel like you don't want to expose yourself. Setup is a really good place to come and help out. The building is a big building. We have the garage doors wide open. There's lots of ventilation, and we need people to set up tables. We only have, a couple dozen of us doing that. So if you feel you can't support something during the event, please feel free to come down and support us for setup and maybe tear down as well. And these are kind of almost even, I would almost classify them as an outdoor job. So because there's just, we're going in and out and there's a lot of air coming through and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I'll go to Friday. If you click on Friday, you'll end up with something like this, and you'll see a bunch of tabs across the top.
It's not updating.
It's not updating.
You're sharing just the one window.
Let me try that again. So maybe it didn't like the fact that I moved.
There you go. Now we can see the Friday.
Oh, it came back? Okay, that's good. All right, well, let's see what happens if I move over here so I'm not looking to the left. Still there?
Yep.
Okay, so administration. Bad enough as it is, the administrators haven't even been signing up. So if you're a chairperson, at least go and put yourself in the volunteer position for an administration spot. Why? Because I use this app to generate the badges and the list of workers and stuff. So instead of me having to go and type your name in and everything else like that, it's kind of helpful. We have setup by set, and look at each volunteer slot. There's usually a time frame and a crew to. I'll go back to administration for an example. If you want to volunteer on a specific time slot or job, just click on volunteer.
It's not updating for some reason.
It's not updated.
On that.
Oh, try that. No. Okay. Well, click on volunteer. You will get a little dialogue. You put in your email. You need to have an email. It'll ask you for your first name and your last name. And then you need to confirm that the email you're putting in is actually your email. So, and when you click on that, you will get an email from the website asking you to confirm that you actually are signing up and you say who you say you are. You want to keep that link that is in that email. That allows you to go back and update, either cancel or edit your specific settings and things like that. And once you've signed up for one of these, you can go down here and sign up for others. So the volunteer for the setup, is that updating?
No.
No.
Why don't you stop sharing and I'll pull it up and see if I can get
Maybe
it to
that'll
update.
work. How do I, there, stop.
Okay.
Mike, while he's doing that, let me ask a quick question. If I have a amateur radio friend who's not a member, can he sign up to volunteer as well?
Absolutely. We take friends, we take lovers, we take, whatever. So just anybody can work. We even take kids if they're old enough and responsible enough. So see if that works. Okay, that's good. Try setup. Good. All right, just go ahead on down yeah, try that. Boom, yours is working better than mine. So yeah, you put in and you'll actually have a choice of your email if you've already got it and it recognizes you and things like that. So, ta-da!
Hey, Jim, can you make it full screen?
Pretty much got full screen. Yeah, I guess that helps a little. So, yeah. And then if he clicks on volunteer, he'll actually get an email. So, bingo. Good job, Jim. Okay, keep on going down. So we have all kinds of jobs on Friday, registration. I've only got one volunteer on registration so far. Loading dock. Loading dock isn't doing too badly. Announcing. Phil's been busy out at announcing. He likes that job and he's made sure that he's got his slots. Hospitality. We have a new chair. Brown is and Jay is going to be her helper. So that's a good way to go. Country store. You got a couple workers, Dan, but we need more people. Security. Security may be the first thing to go. If we end up being short this year, I can live without people walking around watching for people picking under tarps and stuff. So I would rather have somebody up at announcing or somebody out at the loading dock than walking around if necessarily. The nice thing about this job is it's easier on people who are older, and if you can walk, that's fine. That's really all you need to do. But this may go. And then treasurer assistant there aren't too many people either. So okay, why don't you go to Saturday? If you just click on that Mike and Key ARC up at the top.
Yeah, I've got
Saturday. Oh, you already got there. Okay. Yep. So yeah, again, registration, nada. Loading dock, the same folks who help out on Friday. Tickets. It's going to be really hard to sell tickets. And Manfred is one of the ones who's been asking people to volunteer, previous workers, and he's not even getting a response. That's scary. So if you've gotten an email from Manfred, and at least respond to him and let him know that you got it. So go ahead, security, again. Christopher, yeah, go ahead. Announcing, keep going. Country store. And country store is good if you don't like to move around a little bit, or if you're not physically able to pull around pallets and do things like that. Country store is kind of good, especially if you have equipment knowledge. So,
and there's lots of places to just sit and do nothing.
Yep. So hospitality, again, we're looking pretty good there. I know Pat's going to volunteer. They'll fill it. Volunteer examiners, you cannot sign up to be a volunteer examiner. You need to talk to Scott, or he's already talked to you. I don't know how Whit got him there. I don't know if he's one of your volunteers, Scott, but anyway, treasurer assistant, a little better. And then tear down. Tear down is really important.
Ooh.
It's we got 300 tables to take down. And I don't know how many customers we're going to have to get out the door, but it's really important. So maybe we're hoping maybe people are not signing up because of an unfamiliarity with the sign-up sheet, but maybe that will help. Anyway, so are there any questions about the flea market that haven't been answered with my status and the newsletter, or what I just went through?
Mike, are we going to have a rent-a-cop this year?
We'll have 2 rent-a-cops. So on Saturday. Yep. So anything else? Oh, and one of the people who has chosen not to participate is our security chairperson this year. So if someone wants to volunteer to be our security chairperson, that would be good. The security chairperson manages the people that walk around doing security, and also the two rent-a-cops. If we don't have a security chairperson, then somebody else will probably, either Hal or I will probably have to take care of that. So, any other questions? All right. Thank you for your time.
Great, thanks, Mike. Looking forward to doing the swap meet as usual. Let's see here. Swap meet. Go back up to the VP. Steve, are you ready to go with the?
I am
with
now
the-
ready.
All right, go ahead.
I am sorry about the delay there, folks. Just a little caught short-footed without the normal time frame I have to get things ready. We have 7 members. I'll go ahead and I don't have my screen up. So is Scott W7HYZ here? Okay, not hearing anything.
Hey, Steve?
Yeah.
Scott has been voted in already last time.
Oh,
we have three new members, as far as I know.
okay, well then, all right. Well, Manfred, if you can send me their call signs, because I was going off an old list then.
I see.
I'm sorry. We'll have to go ahead, Phil, if there's something else we can fill for.
Well, can Manfred just run those names from his side without waiting?
Yeah, and you can also see it from the participants list. It's Eric KF7AQM, Carl N7KUW, and Norman or Tony KJ7LSA. Those 3.
Okay. Eric, why don't you introduce yourself?
Good morning. I'm Eric, KF7AQM. I am a very, very novice a ham radio operator. I've got a dual band mobile that I've got set up to a transformer so I can have it here on my desk. I'm also down in Pacific County as well as up in the Seattle area, and so I've been involved a little bit in the emergency network here, reporting on the tsunami warning signal and that sort of thing. So I've dabbled in it, but that's kind of where it's at. And I'm spending more time up in the Seattle area now, so I thought I'd join up with you folks and see what's going on. So thank you very much. KF7AQM.
Okay, Tony, like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
There we go. Trying to unmute. This is Tony, KJ7LSA. Yeah, I'm a member of the Federal Way Amateur Radio Club, also Tacoma. But I got shamed into going to join the big club, they said, the one that really counts, and that's Mike and Keith. So definitely, I like what you do. I'm looking forward to the swap meet. I made the last one and missed, of course, like everybody else, the last after that, and that's just the way it goes. But yeah, I'm a general license. Just been 2 years since I became a licensed ham, and yesterday I got my extra book in the mail, so we'll get to start working on that, and hopefully we'll get that done before too long. But I'm looking forward to the club and all the things that you do. And with that, I'll say KJ7LSA.
Show them your cast, Tony, from the arm twisting.
Was that Mark?
Yeah.
I recognize the voice. Hey, Mark, I'll tell you, is a really, really good Elmer. He's been working with me on WinLink and ARP and all the other good stuff. And eventually I may know what I'm doing thanks to him. Thanks.
And Manfred, who is the other one?
The third one is Carl.
Carl, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I'm Carl, N7KUW. I have been a ham since the late 80s. I'm an extra. I am Deputy Director of Seattle ACS and have been active with them for about 10 years. Before that, I was active in King County Search and Rescue for about 25 years using amateur radio and all of those. My primary interests are in disaster preparedness, emergency preparedness, family preparation, and so forth. I'm, in addition to being active with Seattle ACS, one of the outreach presenters to the community for the Office of Emergency Management, doing presentations to families and businesses on preparedness. So the two groups that Jim has just set up on preparedness are of primary focus and interest to me. I have signed up to help on Saturday for the swap meet, but I'm not available. I mean, for Friday, but I'm not available Saturday. And field day, if it happens, will probably, ACS will probably get my participation rather than Mike and Key. My apologies. So happy to entertain questions. Otherwise, I know that I've run across many of you over the years in various functions and capacities. I've had a table at Puyallup for a number of years. And I know I'll be working with many of you again. I've also helped Daniel Stevens as a VE tester at a number of testing sessions, and happy to help with that and education. I enjoy teaching.
All right, Jim, if you would move the three of them to the waiting room.
Yep. So I'm going to move all of our people in that are getting voted into the waiting room so that we can put you in for votes. Let's see. Come on, stop moving around. I think we had one extra person here too.
Oh, we've got a couple others that are prospective but have not been voted in by the been voted in by the board.
Okay, how many do I got? 4.
Yeah, which means you
Got one too many.
Mhm.
Oh well, okay. Yeah, Jack
right.
hasn't been voted in. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Let's start with Eric. Anyone know anything about Eric? Okay. Jim? Vote,
Okay.
please.
Okay. Launch membership vote number 1. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We had 45.
Okay. Carl? Anyone know anything about Carl?
I do. Carl became, I'll say, one of my first coworkers in 1965. And I remained with the company for 40 some years. But anyway, I met him and also was invited to go down to Highline JC and see one of their projects going on there with another old non-ham friend of mine too. And those all stem back from the days of Pop Brown and going to King County Racies programs that we had going on back then. So those were the good old days. And sometimes I wish they were back. That's all I have, but he's going to be a great member. His wife is a very participant in ham and stuff too. So I'm going to welcome him aboard.
All right.
Yep.
Vote, please.
I'll mention the same thing. I met Carl and he did presentations at the Com Academy, and then I joined Seattle ACS, and like he said, he's a deputy director there. He'll be a good addition to our club. And I'm glad to see the meshing of clubs, Federal Way, Tacoma, all of those, Seattle ACS. So good stuff. All right, let's vote on Carl. Vote number 2, please.
Or just think how big we could be if we just all made one club.
Yep. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, last chance.
I vote Mark as the CEO and vice president and CFO and every position on the board. All in favor, say aye.
Wait, let's vote. Okay. 47, 100%. Last one.
Tony, anyone know anything about Tony? All right.
Well, okay, I'll speak up. Tony is a real go-getter. He is not fearful of dabbling in the new technology.
Good deal.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. And 47 on that one. All righty.
Okay.
Let's get them added back in. Congratulations, everybody. Welcome to the Mike and Key. As treasurer, please go up to the website and look at membership, and there's a link there to submit your first year of dues through Square or PayPal, or you can also send an old-fashioned check to the post office. Just let us know. And congratulations.
And I'll put a plug in for new members. There is a complete archive of the relay online that you can get a sense of the club for the last year or 40 years or whatever, if you want to catch up and see what we're about in more detail.
And don't forget to sign up to the country store.
Okay, is that everything from the vice president?
And that is everything for me. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Steve. Okay, moving to continuing with committee reports here. Do I have anything from field day, David?
Sorry about that. Sorry, I don't have any video today. Microsoft did like a takeover of my other computers. Very strange. But anyway, couple updates. So one is things are on track for field day at Fort Flagler. We do have our campground reservation. We'll be arranging the sandy cans. We'll be doing the special activity permit, or at least that's the plan. However, we did receive word that the state has decided to shut down the retreat center at Fort Flagler. So we will be unable to rent the barracks building. So given that that may significantly impact people's attendance, because in the past we've had, I think, about 30 to 35 people stay in the barracks, which is about half of the people that typically come help us out at field day. I will be sending out a survey in January to get a sense of later this month, before January, I'll be sending out a survey to all the membership to get a sense of what our participation will be like and what people are interested in doing. And then we may need to adjust our plans accordingly. So similar to what Mike was saying, if everyone could please respond to it, because, if I don't get any responses, field day might be like, me and Phil, like sitting in the sand down on the beach, right? It'll be Mike and Key might be a 1 alpha. So I will be sending a survey out, again, similar to the swap meet. If you have other ham friends or family that would like to come, they are of course welcome. So feel free to share the survey with them when you get it. so we can get a sense of participation. I'm also sort of looking for alternative barrack type arrangements or shared house or something on Marrowstone Island. So far, I haven't been successful, but if anybody knows something tangible, please. A lot of times people send me a thing like, well, my uncle once, rented a floating cabin. Like, I don't want that. Like something that I can, send me a link, book now type thing would be helpful. But if anybody knows of anything in Port Hadlock or on Marrowstone Island that might be a good alternative, something that would sleep more than 10 people, we might be interested in arranging something through the club or putting a group together. But for now, that's it. So please keep an eye out for my survey, which will be coming out in the next couple of weeks.
All right. Thank you, David. Wow, that stinks. It's like I hope we can find something, find a solution to that, because that's terrible. All right. Next one on my list. Okay. Do I have any other committees I didn't call on? Have anything to report? Any other committees? Go ahead and speak up. Nothing. Okay. We'll go ahead and move along to old business. I think Jim has something for old business.
Yeah, let me pull up the budget. So in the relay special mailing to current members of the roster, let me share the screen. I sent out the budget for 2022, and this was reviewed by the board at the last board meeting, and then we made a few adjustments as we saw fit and sent it to the members. Not gonna spend a whole ton of time on it. It's pretty bare, and so just real quick, 2019 is in this column, 2020, 2021, and our proposed budget is this one here in red. And as you can see, a lot of the stuff has stayed pretty much the same for revenue. Expenditures, we're staying about the same on all of the line items. What I try to do is if there's something that's changed drastically, I'll put a bold. I put sections are in bold here so you can see the subtotals for each of these sections. But everybody should have a copy of this, and if you have any specific questions later on, go ahead and shoot me an email. But it is been reviewed by the board, and now we're bringing it to the members, and we would like to do basically it's a thumbs up that you agree with the membership or you don't. And again, every year we try to have a negative budget, and as of right now this year we are actually the first year having a negative budget. As you can see in 2020, we actually ended the year with a positive 1,343. 2019 we had a positive 2,200. Most likely we're going to be pretty close to a zero budget. Right now we're at $481 in the minus. Not to worry though, because we do have some savings and some CDs that we're keeping things in reserve. So with that, let me stop this and bring up the vote so we can vote. Come on. Oops, stop sharing. Still had membership vote up. Sorry about that. So can I have a motion to vote on the budget, or should I just go in?
Do we want to pause and see if there's any questions from the membership?
Well, it's either a vote for a yes or a vote for a no. There's not a whole ton of.
Sure, but if anybody's got questions, let's ask now. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Jim, for your information, a motion by the board is an automatic motion on the floor. So you just need a second and then a vote.
Okay.
And 7 RIT, I second.
Okay, so any questions, and then we'll go ahead and do a vote. Okay, hearing no questions, so let's vote for the budget or not vote for the budget.
Might want to bring up the thing about the postage, not for, everybody receiving email on the relay.
Oh yeah, so that's the biggest change. We're dropping the relay mailing, and that was in the article in the relay for the last 2 months that we're dropping that line item. So go ahead and end the vote, and we have 1 no vote and 47 yes votes. So the budget passes. Thank you. This time
Thanks for
I'll
your hard
remember.
work on that, Jim. That's a lot of corralling all the folks.
Well, thanks to the board helping me go through each line item and reviewing things. That's what I like, is active board and active participation and figuring it out. Okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Do we have any more old business? Any more old business for the club? Nothing. Any new business?
Some new
Well, new
business.
business. Oh, go ahead, Metric.
Okay. During the board meeting, we discussed we also need to make a decision on where to hold our summer picnic in August next year. And I think Hal is not online today, but we wanted to bring up a choice for vote of the membership to either go back to 5 Mile Lake as we did last year, or to the Renton Park that was used the previous year. So just wanted to bring that up because we need to put our reservations in very soon for one or the other. So otherwise we may lose both options in the end.
I definitely like the new place. It was back at the end of the park, and we kind of had our own little spot there.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good find. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, no problem.
It was a little bit more because we didn't get the Renton discount for being a Renton homeowner, but hey, it was definitely cool having that spot all in the back. And the grill was excellent. You can cook all the burgers at once.
I think that's why Hal liked it so much, is it was so easy. So
yeah, the parking was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was pretty impressed by that facility myself.
I think we need a vote.
I think so.
Okay, hang on. That's motion number 2. So I don't really have this set up for a. Let's do motion vote number 2. A yes for going to the new place and a no for staying with the old place. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Okay, vote yes if you want to go to the new place and no if you want to go to the old place of Jinkulon. Okay, just get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. So we have 34 saying let's go to the new place and 3 go to the old. So I like the new place. Yay.
Thank you, Jim and Phil.
I'll work on making the reservation.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Manfred, for that. Any other new business for the club?
So Phil, I would say that if there's nothing else, when we get to the nothing else side of things, let's go ahead and do the glasses and gifts. So we'll do them at the end.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that after the meeting.
I'm not sure if this would fall under new business, but I did want to pass on to the club that my dad, KC7GZL, member Mike and Key there, did get stage 4 cancer, and he's battling that now. So I just kind of want to pass that on to the club and let them know.
Oh, Calvin, we'd all pray for your father. Sorry to hear that.
He definitely needs it. So he's 90 years old, so that's pretty tough. But he is trying to chemo, so we'll see.
Sorry to hear that. We'll keep him in our prayers.
It's like, yeah, it's like, okay, well, is there anything for it's like that being good of the order? Is there anything else that is good of the order? Anybody have anything to say for the club?
I got one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just a note to Jay, as you develop the system for being online, combined meeting and an online meeting, often referred to as a hybrid meeting. I do have a professional SM58 wireless that I could bring to the meetings. So you have a little more advantage of not somebody having to run around the room a whole lot. So just let me know.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I know Jim and Jason have been working on putting together the technical side of things, so they can probably advise how that may or fit into the hardware that we have and the plan for putting on that hybrid meeting.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. We'll keep that in mind and we'll reach out to you if needed. Thanks a bunch.
Okay. Okay.
Phil's in a clubhouse.
Okay, let's see here. Anything else for the good of the order today? Does anybody have anything? Oh, go ahead.
Phil, this is Michael, Volunteer Council, KG7MX. We have a new statute, as I have brought up at the last meeting and at this board meeting. And I have about 6 possible amendments to the bylaws to conform to it, but we won't know whether we need to pass all of these amendments until later. I would appreciate if anybody who has any concerns about whether our bylaws will still work in the year 2022 would please contact me. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Anything else for the good of the order?
And we're looking for a new editor.
Oh, yeah.
Get some OJT from our current editor.
Let's see.
That's right. If you want to be a newsletter editor, this is your opportunity now. I'm going to hand it off for the July issue of 2022. So plenty of time to think about taking that position. As I said, it's you really know what's happening when you are the editor, other than being an officer.
Or TGIF, like they don't goes.
It's actually Phil's area.
Thanks,
Okay.
Sam has his hand up.
Would
Go ahead, Sam.
everybody please mute their mic if they're not talking?
Yeah.
There's a lot of background QRM coming through.
Did somebody say
That's
they
Phil.
needed an editor?
Yeah, we're looking for a new editor.
I have a bit of experience writing and editing. Perhaps I could take a look at the project.
Well,
Sure.
why don't you go, you can go ahead and email me and I'll contact you and talk to you about it offline.
Okay, I don't
It's
know.
David, W7DAO@ARRL.net.
W7DAO at ARRL.
.net.
Got it. I'm not sure you like my editorial comments, but
Okay, it's like one more thing for the good of the order here. It's like I just posted in the chat a link to our club Discord server. It is it's like a place where it's kind of like Zoom but 24/7, and it has text chat and voice and video chat and all that stuff. Share links, share video and screens and stuff like that. So if you all like to meet on our Discord server, I have a link posted in the chat. Go ahead and feel free to join us. All are welcome. Okay, if that's all for the good of the order, we'll go ahead and move on to show and tell. Is there anything anybody would like to show and tell to the group? Go ahead. Hearing nothing, go ahead and consider a motion to adjourn the meeting.
This is Jason, KJ7GLB, I motion.
Okay, Jason, is there a second?
I'll second it, Robin.
Okay. Go ahead and pull up the vote if you could, Jim.
Yes to adjourn, no to not adjourn. But stick around. We have
Yes.
the year-end giveaways and glasses.
Yeah, we'll take a little bit of a break and then come back. So.
Okay. We actually had 7 votes no.
Okay, we'll stay around forever.
But we had 40 votes yes. Okay.
All right, meeting is adjourned. Good to see everybody. And then we go ahead to go to Jason for our post-meeting activities.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Phil. Why don't we all take a break? I've got 11:10 on my clock. Why don't we come back at 11:15 and we'll get going with the glasses and the gifts and then the video if time permits. So see everybody back in about 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording and we'll start a new one.